Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. I am incredibly excited. Deadpool Wolverine released in theaters last night. I'm going to be going and watching it today, and I'm incredibly excited. I'm going to be doing kind of my final predictions here. But forever ago, I kind of started this trend where instead of doing like just regular final predictions for superhero movies, I started doing death odds. And it would be where, like, say, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was coming out, and I thought certain characters were going to pass away. I made a video giving, percentage odds of each character passing away, and I've just kind of been doing that with different movies and TV shows of the superhero media, genre recently, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to continue this trend with Deadpool and Wolverine, but this video is going to be a little weird. Deadpool and Wolverine has a lot of, like, speculative, like, oh, this character might be in it, this character might be in it, that character might be in it, and it has a lot of, like, rumored cameos, not a lot of actual confirmed things. So I'm going to be going through a list of all of the confirmed characters, and then I'm going to be doing a list of some of the, like, possible cameos that could potentially show up. And I'm just going to go through each one of them and kind of go through with, do I think they're going to die? Do I think they're going to live? What's going to happen if they do die? Stuff like that. So let's go ahead and dive into this, shall we? So like I said, I'm going to start off with the confirmed characters. So starting off with the title characters, Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm going to give them both 0% chances. I don't think either of them are going to die in this movie. I think that the last time we saw both of these characters, they had their very impactful death sequences, and I don't think they're going to kill Deadpool off in this. I feel like this is their first movie where they're going to be potentially changing into the MCU, and I don't think that they're going to want to do that in a way where they're not actually going to be able to appear in the MCU again. I feel like both of these characters are very, very important characters for the entire, like, history of Marvel, and I feel like they are going to be really big players in Avengers Secret Wars, and with Marvel being kind of at, like, a really low spot right now with a lot of movies coming out that aren't getting great reactions, and a lot of people seeming to be, like, not enjoying the brand anymore, they need something consistent, and if this movie is as good as it's looking like it's going to be, and especially with the box office poll, I think they've already made $100 million, and it's the opening day. I just think that it's incredible that, I just think it would be incredibly stupid for them to kill off these characters. So I think that both of them are going to survive. I think that they're both going to make it to an Avengers Secret Wars type movie, and then they could potentially kill them off there. I just feel like bringing back Hugh Jackman Wolverine and killing him off immediately wouldn't make a lot of sense. And then same thing with as much as I think it would be a cool send-off to the character, I feel like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool has to interact with some characters like Daredevil and like Spider-Man, and I feel like they're not going to kill him off before he has an opportunity to do that, you know? The next one, this is an entire group of characters because they have teased this in the trailers, and it's something that has officially been confirmed is going to be in the movie. The Deadpool Corps. I have a feeling they are all going to die, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious. So, part of the reason why I think that it's going to be just like really kind of like a bloodbath is because during a lot of the press and stuff like that, and there's been, like, certain people were able to see the first 30 minutes and stuff of the movie, a lot of people were saying that a lot of the trailer footage and stuff like that comes in the first half of the movie, and I think that this is going to be one of those things where it's a first act kind of beat, or maybe even a second act kind of beat, but they have the Deadpool Corps. Lady Deadpool's going to show up. There's going to be, I think, Dreadpool is somebody who's rumored to be in it. Kidpool is 100% in the movie. Babypool is 100% in the movie. Dogpool, and Headpool. There's a lot of different confirmed variants of Deadpool, and I think that they're all gonna die immediately. I think it's gonna be like an X-Force moment from Deadpool 2, and I think that it's gonna be a very funny moment where, like, they're fighting a bunch of people in the void or whatever. They're having, like, that interesting area where they're fighting against, like, Sabretooth and Toad and characters like that. And they seem a little down on their luck. And then there's going to be a portal that opens behind them. And it's going to be this big dramatic moment. And, oh my God, the Deadpool Corps is coming to save them. And then they're all going to be eaten by Goliath or something like that. And I just feel like that's so Deadpool. It's 100% something that they would do in this movie. And, I just don't see the Deadpool Corps being a big, important factor in this film. I feel like there are definitely a lot of more sentimental moments and a lot of very important emotional character development that they want to do in this film, and I feel like they wouldn't want to overshadow that with just too much comedy, if that makes sense. The next couple, I'm going to kind of rapid fire. X-23, I don't think they're going to bring back Daphne Keane and kill her character off. I feel like that would be incredibly insensitive, and I feel like it just wouldn't feel earned or deserved in any way, shape, or form. So I feel like if she's going to come back, she's just going to show up for a couple of fight scenes, and then she'll probably go her separate ways. And then the next one, this one is one that has been confirmed in some trailers, I think it was literally only in one TV spot ever, so this one might be a spoiler, but B-15, Hunter B-15 from Loki, I don't think she's gonna die. I think that she's gonna be a random TVA agent who just kind of happens to show up in one of the random scenes when they're in the TVA, and I don't think they're gonna have any like really meaningful moments for the movie, and I feel like them killing them off just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I don't think she's gonna be one of the TVA agents that gets massacred. If anything, I think that the character Paradox, like the main TVA agent we're seeing in the story, I feel like he's kind of going rogue or something like that. He's doing a bunch of stuff he's not supposed to, and Hunter B-15 might be stepping in and being like, hey, yeah, he wasn't supposed to be doing any of that stuff, and we're so sorry that you experienced, you know, a really bad interaction with the TVA. I promise the majority of the TVA isn't like this, or something like that. So I'm not expecting her to die off. That wouldn't make sense to me. Another character that is confirmed that I 100% think is going to die is Shatterstar. I just think that it would be absolutely hilarious if they kill him off again. And then another character, Jennifer Gardner's Elektra. I'm very on the ball with this one. I feel like there's no necessarily good reason to have her be killed off, but then there's also not really a necessarily good reason to not kill her off either. I feel like she's going to be a fun character to kind of fight alongside them whenever they're in the void or like an earlier part of the movie, and I do think that there's a solid chance that she might get killed off, but I'm going to put her at like a 53% because I could go either way. Like, she's either going to be killed off or she's just going to leave, and it's not going to be that big of a deal where she went to go, you know? The next four, we're going to rapid fire a couple of villains here. Paradox, I feel like that TVA agent is going to die in this movie. I feel like he's going to be one of the TVA agents that gets slaughtered, because in the trailers, Deadpool is literally going around killing a bunch of TVA agents with branches, and I think that is incredibly entertaining and so fun to watch. And I feel like they're not going to stop at Paradox. I feel like Paradox is another TVA agent that's going to bite the bullet. The next one, Cassandra Nova. The MCU has a history of doing one-and-done villains, and I feel like with Deadpool being super meta and they're kind of like making commentaries on stuff like that, they 100% could do the same thing. And I think that both of the two villains that we've had so far in Deadpool movies, I'm incorrect about this. I was about to say both of the Deadpool 2 villains have died. I mean, I guess Juggernaut in the second one might have died, but the big thing is Ajax gets killed off, and then I remembered that the bad guy of the second one was kind of like Russell, but then they turned Russell, and Russell ended up being okay. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the bad guys in all of the Deadpool movies always die, so I'm guessing Cassandra Nova is going to pass away. The next one, Sabretooth. 100%, I think he's going to die. I feel like it's going to be a very quick fight sequence, and I mean, it might be a long fight sequence. Either way, it's going to be a pretty cool fight sequence, but I don't see him living particularly long. And then the same thing with Toad, Pyro, a bunch of those people. I feel like they're all going to die. I feel like part of the reason why they were comfortable showing them in the trailers is because they're not going to be in the movie for that long, and I feel like it's probably going to be either because Deadpool and Wolverine kind of like go through and slaughter all of them, or Goliath will come and eat them up, and it'll be like a, oh no, this thing is happening kind of moment. But that being said, still could be really cool. I'm very excited about it. But that being said, all those villains, I think they're going to die. And I think that was all of the confirmed characters that I wanted to talk about. I think that Vanessa, his love interest for the first two movies, I feel like there's a solid chance that she passes away in this, just because when you mess with time tends to mess back, and I feel like it's going to be a big important moment for Deadpool that, like, some of the things that he did to change the timeline is going to have its ripple effects, and that's going to be one of them. Right now, she's not dating him anymore. Like, that's a big thing. I'm pretty sure in the trailer she's calling him buddy and stuff like that. They're not together. But I feel like her dying is probably something that's going to be really important, and I could see Vanessa dying in this. Okay, so now I have a list of about 7 that are all, like, kind of speculative ones. Like, I don't know if they're going to be big characters in this movie, if they're even really going to be in this movie. But we have a bunch of people who are rumored to be in this movie, and I'm going to say whether or not I think they are going to pass away. So, the first one, Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier. If he is in this movie and he doesn't die, I will be surprised. Like, I feel like every time they bring back Patrick Stewart and they kill him off, it's actually a really funny thing, because he's technically died in, like, 4 movies now or something like that, and I just think it would be absolutely hilarious if Patrick Stewart shows up at this again just for Cassandra Nova to kill him. Like, I think that would be absolutely hilarious, and I know a lot of people probably are like, no, but, like, having him in here could be, like, really helpful and impactful thing, and I agree that it could be a cool moment, but also, he's one of those people where it's like, he's already came back and played his character in another thing before. It would be really entertaining if he's in this and he just passes away immediately. And then on that same vein, John Krasinski as Fantastic Four. Whenever they did the Fantastic Four casting announcement and they said it was going to be Pedro Pascal, so many people were just like, oh my god, but we had John Krasinski, and John Krasinski was so good. We want John Krasinski back. And John Krasinski literally was like, hey, I did that one cameo because that was going to be the one time I was going to be able to play this character. It was going to be a fun little thing, and you guys would be able to be like, yay, he did it, and then you were going to leave him alone. But they didn't leave him alone. And I think it would be really, really funny if he showed up as Mr. Fantastic again, and he got spaghettiified again. I just think it would be so entertaining if he comes back and he's like, you know, one of the Fantastic Four moments, and like they're like, oh my god, we have Mr. Fantastic, everything's gonna be great, and then he says something really stupid that causes him to die again, because the whole thing about like, this is the world's smartest man, and then he immediately told the person he's fighting against his weakness, or like his teammate's weakness. Yeah, that's so stupid, and I think that that's hilarious. And if they worked that into this movie, it would be so funny. That being said, once again, speculative. No idea if he's going to be in the movie or not. But if he is, I could 100% see him dying. I think that would be really funny. The next one, Patch Wolverine. He's in one of the trailers. We see the back of him. I don't know if he's going to be played by Daniel Radcliffe or Taron Egerton or one of those famous fan castings. But either way, I think that Patch is going to be 100% safe. I don't think that they're going to be like, oh, here's this cool Wolverine variant and kill him off. Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then also, he's like a younger Wolverine, so he still has all of his like regenerative, you know, capabilities. I don't think he's going to die. One of the other ones that a lot of people are very excited about, potentially Taylor Swift as Dazzler. If she is in this movie, I 100% could see them killing her off because it'd be funny. Like, I just think that it'd be a very entertaining thing for, like, Dazzler to just be in the background of some scene playing some music and then be like, this sucks, and then, you know, her pass away. That being said, she also doesn't need to die. Like, this movie doesn't absolutely need to be a bloodbath. But from some of the early reviews and everything I'm hearing, there's a lot of gore, there's a lot of people, like, there's a lot of death sequences and stuff like that. So, like, potentially, if she's in this movie, I could see her getting killed off. I gave her a solid, like, 93%. The next one, Channing Tatum as Gambit. If he shows up and they kill him off, I feel like that'd be really, really upsetting, especially with X-Men 97. Like, that would just be, like, so much Gambit love, and then them just, like, killing off the character so much. Like, please stop that. But that being said, if he does show up, I don't think he's going to pass away. I just feel like that wouldn't work very well, and I don't think it would have the same, like, emotional effect as him, like, actually showing up and being, like, a full-time team member on that little fight squad that they have. Now, I think I only have two more. Yeah, I have two more. Scott Lang. He's dead. We literally see his corpse in the trailer. And then the last one, there's a lot of rumors that there's going to be a Wolverine versus Hulk fight sequence, and I think that would be awesome. I'm incredibly excited for that, but there's no way in hell that Wolverine is somehow going to kill the Hulk, so I'm going to give him a 0% chance of dying. And yeah, that was all the characters that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, I'm missing some of the, like, originals, like Colossus. I don't think he's going to be in the movie that long, and I don't think he's going to die. Teenage Negasonic, longest name ever. She potentially could show up in this, and she could potentially die, but I don't think that any of the characters from his original universe are going to be that big of characters in this, which is a little disappointing, but I don't think they're going to die. And if anything, if they were to kill Dopinder, I would cry. I would sob my eyes out, and I would be depressed. So you better leave Dopinder alone, and he better be okay. But that being said, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. And stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm going to be releasing my review for Deadpool and Wolverine. And I'm going to be posting my out-of-theater reaction for it relatively soon. So I will see you guys around. Peace out. Bow. Bow. Bow.